Hello, and welcome to The High Note. This
Hello.
is a show where we rank artists and compare them to their peers using our 3-2-1 method, which is we evaluate 3 songs, 2 features, and 1 album. Today we are today we are reviewing Hozier.
Was us.
Uh, Hozier, let me look at my thing. I've got
Doesn't even memorize his own thing.
I don't memorize my things because I can read it. Uh, Hozier is a native. Hozier is a native Irish singer that broke into the scene with his most popular song, Take Me to Church, in about
Beautiful
2013. From there, Hozier made his claim to fame, showcasing his artistry, specifically in the form of poetic love ballads, politically charged messages, and persistent references to classic literature.
Beautiful
Dr-
Irish man.
he is a beautiful Irish
You
man.
heard that.
That's crazy. He draws a lot of inspiration from different writers as well as life events, and Hozier creates many songs, including 3 albums, all demonstrating a wide array of writing styles. From his tragic ironies of love and clear vocal register, there's a lot to stack up. Or there's Jesus Christ. My bad. I looked at you and I got I got lost.
It happens.
Oh my god,
It
writing
happens.
styles. Okay. Let me restart that sentence. Okay. Hozier has created a lot of music on over eight. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, bro.
Hozier has created a wide variety of art, drawing from a lot of different inspirations and from his twisted takes on love and ironies that he likes to interlace with his music. He has a lot to dissect.
He
so
does.
let's see how he stacks up with the artists, or with the other artists we've covered.
Yes, great intro.
I definitely didn't mess up at all.
No, ski got lost in my eyes, like you said.
Have you heard of Hozier before?
No, I'm playing. No, actually, no.
You're like,
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
No, honestly, I didn't. The only song I knew were "Take Me to Church," because I even then I didn't even know who he was. I just remembered the song, and I was when I was listening to the songs you gave me, I was like, "Who's tell this guy?" And then I listened to his most popular songs, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I heard this.
You're like, I remember this.
Yeah,
I remember some people.
take me to
Listen,
church."
I do remember the funny memory about Hozier was when he played "Take Me to Church" when it became popular. So many like religious people were like, "Oh my God, yeah, everybody go to church," and I'm like, "This is not the theme of the song,
It's not
guys.
that.
I think you're missing the point.
Yeah.
This is a critique. This is not a love song towards the church, guys."
Fuck the church. I'm playing.
Oh, whoa.
Just joking. They
Uh,
love to put their money in the walls. Have you not heard about that? You have not heard about that?
I mean, no, I don't think so. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
there's this church, and they found the money. They found money in the walls.
Whoa.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can prove check that, but I said what I heard.
I'm just gonna believe it because I don't feel like checking
Yeah,
it.
no, yeah, real, real.
All right, so let's get started with the 3 songs. Starting with "Like Real People Do." I picked this song because it showcases Hozier's poetic ability and his enshrinement. Jesus Christ! Hold on, I'm gonna zoom in.
Oh, yeah, he doesn't know.
I picked. I picked the song. I picked the song to showcase Hozier's poetic ability and his enshrinement and other things besides music. Throughout his work, Hozier references literature, social phenomena, and many ideas outside the confines of art. He takes these concepts and plays around with them in beautiful ways. This song takes the idea of the bogged bodies found in Ireland and the bodies that have kind of been naturally mummified by the bogs that are found in the area. This song is taking the perspective of the bodies, asking a bunch of different questions about why, the intentions of the person finding them, the reason why they both ended up in the same exact place, and all of that. Kind of finding a way to show that this person just, is happy that someone found them and is being loving and attentive to them.
Yeah, like a new relationship, basically.
Yeah, so that is the sort of symbolism and the metaphor that is portrayed in the song. So
Yeah.
what did you think?
I loved it. I thought it was great. I love the meaning of it. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I knew exactly what he was talking about since the beginning. No, it took a few listens, and it took a few me trying to really read the lyrics there, and then I was like, oh shit, and it was based off history, which is amazing. I love that. I love that about Hozier. I'm not gonna get too much into it because we'll save that for later. But yeah, like, why were you digging? And what did you bury? I thought that was fucking hard. I was like, oh, like, why you found me in such a low state of mind? What were you doing here? Like
Yeah.
what?
And it's like it's funny because like you take that sort of like precautious like if you think of it in terms of like how the bogged bodies got there, it's like well
Yeah.
that person fell in and it's like there's like probably like a element of lack of trust and a lack of like comfort and safety. So like emulating that through the lyrics was it's just nice. It's very
Yeah.
poetic and it's very clever and I love that about this
Yeah,
song.
I really liked it because it was like, oh, what it feels like to be in a new relationship. Plus, there's a secret meaning behind this about the bodies, and I was like, what the fuck? Hozier,
Bodies on bodies, I'll hand you a body. I'm probably a bit of
he
a
better
sus.
release that goddamn
And he
song,
really
honestly.
does. Anyway.
But more to this, I loved his voice. Oh my god, Hozier, you beautiful Irish man. I loved it. The tone of the song, loved it, and the fucking guitar. The guitar. Who did the guitar? Was
I
it
think
him?
I think he
Him?
plays the guitar. Yeah,
I love that. Beautiful Irish man.
beautiful Irish
Um,
man.
yeah, but I really love the lyrics of the song. I really love the meaning plus the secret meaning of the song. And yeah, that's really all I have to say about that one.
Vibes.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next song.
Like are going.
The next song is Nina Cried Power. I chose this song as it reflects Hozier's political inclination. This song is a celebration of protest songs and how many people have fought against oppression
Yeah.
and come out on top. No matter how hopeless everything may seem, the fight will come and it will work. Hosier has made many political assertions, the most popular obviously being Take Me to Church, which was a statement against the state-sanctioned oppression of LGBTQ
Yeah.
people. I think I forgot what area, but it was some area. Maybe it was the Catholic. No, it wasn't the Catholic Church. I don't remember. It was someplace.
Church.
I think it might have been Russia.
Russia.
But yeah, so it's a powerful song. It showcases his intensity, his range, the ability to build a message or build a song that's empowering. And the feature also had such a nice touch to the song. So just the ability to have a vision, execute it, and also have commercial success with a politically charged song was very impressive. So that's why I picked it. What about
Yeah,
you?
I liked how he named other artists in the song that does the same like political standpoint. He was like, I forgot how it goes, like something power, power, and then he's making names, and I really had to look this up because I was like, who the fuck is he naming?
Yeah.
And I realized he was naming. Oh, let me see. Power, power.
He
Nina
said
cried power.
Billy,
Billy cried power.
Linus, yeah,
Linus, he cried power too.
Curtis.
And yeah, I was like, who is he talking about? But there's other artists that like,
Have made protest
yeah,
songs and other things.
made
Yeah.
protest songs, caused the influence, and it was basically a voice about injustice. In simple terms, he explained it way further than I did, and I really like it. It's not the shade we should past it. It's the light. It's the obstacle that cast it. I really like that. I was like, God damn, Hozier, relax. We know you're good. Jeez. Well, yeah, I enjoyed it a lot.
Vibes. Let's move on to our last song. The last song I picked was Cherry Wine. I honestly picked this for three reasons. First, it's just one of my personal favorite songs by Hosier. It's tender, it's sweet, it's nice.
Very.
The second reason is
Not
it
really nice.
often brings up the trope of twisted love and placing beauty in a dark thing that Hosier kind of
It's
brings
not
into his
nice.
music.
It's not nice.
For those of you who don't know, this song is about an abusive relationship.
Yes, it is. I figured that out fast.
And it's kind of showcasing how the person who is in love is seeing the relationship through their sort of tainted, like rose-colored lenses. And I just like that sort of dark twist to a very loving
I know,
sentiment, especially because like, the tone of the song is so
Calm,
tender and
yeah.
loving. It's like such a juxtaposition. And then lastly, I just wanted to put a stripped down, like slower song that
Strip?
just showed. Jesus Christ, you're 5.
5.
10.
Shit, you took my joke. God damn it.
Yeah, I just wanted a stripped down song that just showcased Hosier's like tender voice, but also just him with his guitar, and that's why like the live performance was also nice. But anyways, what do you
Cherry
think?
Wine was so good. I loved it. When I heard about the part where he gets his ass beat, I'm like, I'm playing now. But it's like, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I was like, at first I was like, what a wonderful, loving relationship. She makes me bleed. I was like, oh, okay. Maybe it's a metaphor. She beats me. Okay. Now, that's a different.
You're like that's a little harder. to run
maybe
away
that's
from.
not a metaphor at all.
Maybe this is literal,
Maybe
and we
actually-
need to save Hosier.
But it's crazy because he gets beat so bad, he still loves her. He thinks it's just a way that she shows love, and he's still there. And I'm like, okay, you do you, buddy. Maybe you like that, but
That's crazy.
That's not for me. And I was like, wow, that's. And everybody
Sure.
in an abusive relationship, get out, get out. It's even hard. You can say that, but it's like they're all caught in an entanglement that it
And you just
feels
don't
like,
see it's abusive.
yeah, they just can't leave, even no matter how much they try. And I think it's really sad. But that's really why I like the song, because it started off as like something really happy, but it secretly is like really fucking sad. But yeah.
Damn. Well, those are our songs, so it's time to move on to the features. The first feature song that I had was, of course, Northern Attitude by Noah Khan. This song felt perfect for Hosier to show up on. It showed his stripped vocals, his writing, his creativity, as well as the ability to hop onto a theme that is a little bit more simple than I think Hosier likes to go for, but a well execution. Plus, the voices of both of them just complement each other so well. And yeah, like even like his little word plays, like he had a line that says "You're getting stoned, then kicking rocks" is just it's a bar.
Yeah, it has a bar.
So yeah, that's why I picked that song.
You know how I feel about um, singing in the background. You know how I feel about that, right?
No.
We talked about this.
Oh
JP
yeah, yeah,
Sax.
yeah. JP Sax. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is different because I actually enjoyed this song.
Yeah.
um, Hozier, you little Irish beautiful man. He
You're
showed his ass off on that one. Holy shit! Like he has such a short verse, but like it literally had me being like, "Bro, Hozier, why are you such a try hard, bro?" It was so good. Oh my god. It's basically about this person being in a relationship, but the other person doesn't like how their attitude is, northern attitude. It's because they're not very hopeful. They're not very hopeful. They're not a hopeful person due to the fact that they lived in the north and sometimes they don't get sun at all. And that was one of the verses he said, and it was just like, yeah, that's crazy. At first I thought it was another meaning, and then it full on twisted me in a loop. Uh, but yeah, but you know how I feel about background music, but you're absolutely correct. They really do complement each other.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of background music,
Oh.
the next feature is called "Blood Upon the Snow" from the God of War Ragnarok soundtrack.
Dio loves God of War.
Yeah, I picked it as a song because I mean the origins of those the origins of that mythos and everything is from very close to where Hosier has come from, and I think it just fit that dark, ancient sounding aesthetic. His lyrics and his descriptions just fit so well. Like I can imagine it being at the end of the game or like in the credits or
Yeah, a boss
in like
fight.
in a boss fight or
Yeah,
anything
it
like
sounded
that.
like I was going into a boss fight. I'm
Yeah,
not
it
gonna
was
lie.
good. It was amazing.
I
And
love how it describes two things, like the effects of war and violence, also the harsh climate of the winter. I love that. I love how he just brought that into one. I thought it was great.
yeah. So, with those features being knocked out, it's time to move on to the album. Dance break. When it came to the album, I had a big debate because I felt like the most polished work was Unreal Unearthed, and but personally, my favorite was his very first album.
Hozier.
But I decided to go with Unreal Unearthed just because it was the
Great
most
choice.
recent one. I felt like it just was the most polished version of all of the talents that we will cover that I think Hosier brings to the table. So
Yeah.
that was my pick. Um, let's go with your thoughts first. What did you think?
First of all, the fucking start of the album, D Shelby, I think that was
The
called.
Shelby, yeah.
The way it transitions to part one and part two, like part one was like, all right, like okay, you're introducing this, okay, and then part two was like, boom, and I was like, whoa, part two, and I had me going, it had me grooving, it had me moving, and I was like, whoa, part two, what is this? And bro went Irish on me for a second. In one of the songs, he was
Oh,
speaking Irish,
Gaelic.
huh?
It's Gaelic.
Yeah, Gaelic. Gaelic? That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was Irish. Oh, shit.
That was the language he was speaking.
Oh, well, he went Gaelic on me.
I don't like how you look me in the eyes and say Gaelic.
No, but that's what he said, right?
You did.
Yeah, no, he's making it wrong.
Oh, you paused. You were like Gaelic.
No, I did not pause. Gaelic.
You can see the footage for yourself, guys.
Okay. He sings a lot about love in this album. But
Yeah.
this album has a really secret meaning. It's about, what was it about?
Dante's Inferno.
Yeah, Dante's Inferno. There we go. I keep forgetting the name. But yeah, Dante's Inferno. There's a lot of fucking songs I can't even tell you which is my favorite song. I can't. There's like this whole thing was a movie to me,
Yeah.
and I thought it was insane. There's this one song. I believe, if I'm right, it is called First Time. And it was like the first time you said "I love you" or something like
Oh yeah,
that.
yeah,
And
yeah.
then the
Like
fucking
song three.
ending, the last time. I was like, "What do you mean the last time? What do you mean the last time?" She fucking died, or somebody died. I don't know who died, but somebody died.
Yeah,
I
that's
was,
what I wrote. I wrote like a little disclaimer at the beginning. I'm fully aware that this is inspired by Dante's Inferno. However, I never read it. Sorry. But I felt like trying to read it and learn everything about it for this review would be a little silly because it would take too much time. So I'm going to rank it in terms of not knowing that. It will have influence because that's a crazy thing to do. I think that's an amazing thing. But full transparency. I don't know what I'm talking about. So if you guys have like some undertone meaning of each song,
oh my god, dude,
R.I.P.
I love this. I
But
love this album. Oh
yeah,
my
I had a
god.
very similar thought. Part one, having the Gaelic kind of come out of nowhere, the not soft, tender sound with the poetic, generally nice like theme, was transitioning from the escalation in the first one with the vocal layering, and then transitioning into the deep guitar with the that guitar line was crazy.
Yeah,
And then I liked how it changed the vibe. There was always a change of
it
production and
was.
vibe, and every single thing sounded nice. There was dissonant songs in Icarian, with the strings and sonically, it was just crazy. And then even the features, like with Brandy Carlisle, which is beautiful back and forth, and having them accentuate the harmonies with each other. It was such a good like. It's very clear that Hosier puts so much intention and detail into everything he executes when it comes to these things, and you can really hear it.
Yeah.
Even like with Song of Nyx just being an instrumental like interlude almost, just it was beautiful. The diversity of songs, the different tones, all of it just made this a really good
Yeah.
reflection. And I can only imagine if like the what the original story of Dante's Inferno was to contribute to such a beautiful project. I'm sure it accentuates it perfectly.
Oh my god, fucking! I can't even choose a favorite song. That's how good this album was.
My favorite songs were both of the DeShelbys and then Francesca,
I think
but I did love a lot of them.
I can't
Like the
choose.
Brandy Carlisle song was really good
I
too.
can't choose. I can't. I can't. Like, oh, Francesca, bro. If they ask me at the end, I'll tell them, put me back in, motherfucker, man. Ugh, love that.
I like how you
Oh
slightly became
no, that's
southern
what
at the
that's what he said. That's exactly how he said it. Eat Your Young. I think it has the best instrumental out of all of them.
That was the one that got like the commercial success
Oh, it
too.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that was the best instrumental. I don't think it was the best song, but I think it had the best instrumental. All Things End, I think had the best chorus.
Yeah.
I thought it was fucking amazing. Francesca was amazing. Butchered Tongue, I love that it brought in history into that. Love it. I
And also he
love.
switched language. I think he went back to Gaelic. I don't remember. In Butcher Tongue he randomly had
I think
moments.
so. I'm not sure though.
Yeah.
But Butchered Tongue, love. He got back into history, and I don't want to explain it because if I get it wrong, I'll look dumb. But I know it's something about history. See how it shines. Okay, yeah. Abstract, and then First Light. First Light is like the reflection of the whole album, basically about Dante's Inferno, and how it's escaping and seeing the light at the end, and I really like that. And this whole thing, like I said before, it felt like a whole movie. I was in for it. I was just jumping up and down. Remember when I texted you, "What the fuck"?
Oh, was that
That
because
was
of
it. I just finished the album.
He just said what the fuck? I said what and then nothing. He
Nothing.
never
No
told me anything
response.
else. This is the first time I'm learning about what that text is about.
I just said what the fuck because I finished the album and I was jumping. I was jumping around in my room, and I was like, "Oh my god, this album was amazing." Yeah, but that's really all I have to say.
Fair enough. Well, I think this is a great transition to our pros.
Pros, yes.
My pros was he's creative. He's a very good writer with poetic density as well as just tackling really interesting concepts for every song that he approaches. Plus, his ability to bring political ideas forward in a consumable way is also really nice.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I just saw how many cons you have, and I got shocked.
Oh,
Okay.
it's one really big.
I love the way he uses his voice. is like its own instrument by itself. The way he changes it, I love it. And of course, the instruments he plays in the background, love it. Holy shit, I love you, Irish man. And uh, wait, what is it? What? I don't know what that says.
Duper.
Grooves. I love how groovy he is. I guess I don't know what that says.
Groves make love.
Groves make love. Leave me alone. I love the deeper meaning behind his songs. I love how it goes into history or goes into political standpoints. I also love that. And yeah, I just love the topics he uses and the consistency of his albums and his songs. Holy shit. And I'm gonna bring us to our cons. Um, I have no cons. I have nothing to say about it. Honestly, I just feel
Oh,
like there's
really?
I feel like there's just people that do it better. That's it. That's the in this point when it comes to this type of artist, I feel like there's just people that do it better. It doesn't make him a perfect artist that he has no cons. He's not perfect. There's just people that do it better. That's what I feel like, and
Okay.
that's my con at least. I don't know what you got.
My con was there is a barrier of entry to like maximize enjoyment for the songs. Because if you don't know the references, if you don't know these things, that's very
Okay,
limiting. Because he does reference a lot of like real world
that's fair.
stuff. Uh, on top of that, the relatability can be a little bit skewed sometimes because he does tackle very specific things. There are some people who, because of the density and the relatability, may not have this as something that is replayable. Like it's not something that you keep consistently listening to. It's more of like something you put on the shelf and you like sit down and like listen to one time over. And I know that sometimes with music, a lot of albums can be a sort of thing that you keep consistently in your life and like you play regularly to accentuate or add to your life. And it feels like some of Hosier's music may not be for that because it feels difficult. Like I find it difficult to imagine not sitting down and consuming this album fully. It's the same thing I feel with To Pimp a Butterfly, where
Okay,
it's
I
like,
was about to say something about Kendrick. I'm like, well,
yeah,
you can really core that into Kendrick
yeah,
because a lot of things he says cannot be related to other people. But I feel
yeah.
like that's the beauty of the
Yeah,
music.
which we'll get to my high note. But yeah, but that I think is to say that that's not a con of this music would be a miss because there is something that's useful and easily consumable music because that's what we mostly listen to. That's
Yeah.
how we feel good about ourselves and that's what allows us to deal with the day to day.
Yeah. If I did have a con, I understand where you're coming from. It would be the relatability and also how you have to. You don't have to, but it's better for you to search the hidden meaning of the songs or the
Yeah.
meaning of the songs to actually fully enjoy it.
Well, it's also one of those things where like I can easily see someone sending cherry wine to someone because they just like how sweet it is, and like he said it was really nice, and they send it to their partner,
And
and
you're
it's
like, what?
like it's about to be.
You have something to say about me?
You're
Yeah,
like,
no, I
huh?
understand. See, like in that standpoint, I understand. Like that could be cons in my book, but I just feel like just people that just they can just do it better. The people that are actually just better. That's what I feel like. But he's amazing. I love him.
Yeah.
All right.
So for our scores, let's start with lyrical ability. What did you give it?
Categories. Lyrical ability 9.
9.
Oh, 9.
I
Look at
gave it a
that.
9
Look at
too.
that.
Yeah. Again, I think I said similarly with JP Sachs. I did dock JP Sachs from a 9.5 to a 9 because I realized that I want to give a full point for rappers for complexity. So I did do that. It didn't change much because we're only on episode 4.
Yeah.
But because of that, I think if you're lyrical, 9 is the most that like a pop artist or like any sort of genre that's not rap or like poetic in that
Yeah,
sense
yeah, yeah.
will get. So I gave him the max. He's amazing. I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there's literally nothing that I could change about his lyrical
No,
writing.
nothing at all.
It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's
Just
great.
keep doing what you're doing, literally.
Yeah. Secondary talents. What did you put?
I put 8 because he writes his own music. He produces his own music. He was part of an orchestra, which I did not know that. I just found that out. I looked into him because
Oh,
I honestly really started loving the artist after you showed me
yeah.
him. And I was like, wow, this guy really does his shit. So I gave him an 8.
Oh, I gave him a 6.5. I didn't know the orchestra thing, but because guitar and writing were like the two things.
Yeah, yeah.
But since I felt like lyrical ability captured writing,
No, no, that's fair. That's
that
fair.
gave it like a 6.5.
No, 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 I got it.
Cultural influence.
I
What'd you
gave it a
give?
9.
A 9.
Yeah, because he talked about civil rights, he talked about history, and the civil rights one was a big ass thing, and him mentioning different artists.
Okay, yeah, that's
And
fair.
then it was like people actually like take him to church as well. Big thing. Big people started talking about that. I feel
Yeah,
like he influenced a lot of the artists he was naming as well. And I was like, oh shit, like this is a song that people listened to, looked up to, and was like, holy shit, he said my name. He said the artist. And I was like, oh wow.
yeah. I think for me, I gave it a 6 because I feel like the only when I think of cultural influence, it's not
You think
cultural
like,
reference. It's
oh
more of
okay.
like, does this person change the world in a meaningful way? Which
I I,
the
I
only song that really did spark that from my perspective was "Take Me to Church" because actual like everybody was commenting
yeah,
on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But it didn't change the genre necessarily. I mean, you can make an argument that maybe it changed some of like the
Honestly,
direction Taylor Swift went in, but I
I don't
don't
know where my
I don't know.
pencil is.
It's okay.
If
Um,
you're saying it like
but
that, I'll bump them down to like a 7.5.
7.5. Okay.
I give them if you're describing it like in that way, 7.5.
Okay,
Because if it's a
that's
difference between culture influence and cultural, what did you say?
referencing
Culture referencing, then okay, I see. I understand that. Yeah, then I'll give it a 7.5 for cultural influence. Then
vibes. Enjoyability.
10.
I give it an 8.
I
Just
10. This is the first 10 I've gave, by the way. Loved
vibes.
it. I like I said, I was jumping up and down. 10.
Fair. Variety.
8.
I gave it a 6.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all like relatively. I mean, like
They're
sonically, they're like they're all type. They're one type of genre. Like it's a very specific. There's a
yeah, no,
wide
no.
variety within that genre, and I love it. But it is a specific
Yeah,
genre.
no, I give it an 8 because like the way he changes his voice, the way he changes the themes, the topics. Even though he goes back into the same topic sometimes, he still has other songs that are different.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then the
Uniqueness.
uniqueness 9.
I gave it a 7 only
Wow.
because other artists like I can when I listen to his music I very much think of like folklore like by Taylor Swift and
Yeah, no,
stuff
no.
like that. Now there's an argument to be made of who came first and who influenced who. I didn't feel like dealing with that argument, so I'm just gonna I docked Hozier and I'm assuming we're gonna do Taylor Swift at some point. I will probably dock Taylor
I have
Swift
no
as well.
idea.
So yeah, those were my scores. So
Oh
in
yeah. Well, my
uh
uniqueness is pretty high because it's the first time listening to him.
fair.
Yeah, and I was like, wow. And well, we start. What you want to do?
Let's do the high note. So for the high note, what I said was that like even though I said all the things about limiting whatever, I don't really think that's a restricting factor. I think artists deserve to make pieces of work that are should be consumed. Artists make art,
Yeah.
and I think Hosier is the perfect example of that. And so, I think him having more complex things pushes people to have an introduction into political ideas in a consumable way, but then it pushes towards looking up these things. It makes you a better person after you've experienced the artistry because you are now inspired to potentially read those pieces of literature, learn about the bog bodies, learn about history,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all that stuff. Plus, consuming poetry and having all these sort of great, things. It's something I really do love. And so
Yeah.
there's like, with all my cons aside, I mean, Hosier is or Andrew is his real name. Andrew's a great artist. And so,
Beautiful Irishman.
yeah.
Well, beautiful Irishman. My high note is
He's
that
beautiful.
he's
And he's
fucking beautiful,
Irish.
and
And
it's
he's a
Irish.
man.
That's all I have to say. I'm playing.
That's crazy.
Um, as you can see by my categories, I really favor this Irishman. I love him. Hosier.
Hosier.
As you can see, the cons barely had any, but yeah, he's amazing. I love this artist. I can't wait for the next album. He's going to make another album, and I can't wait to actually check out more of his discography because I'm gonna do that now. Because this guy I actually really like, and I think he's really unique in his own way. You can make the argument of other things, but I really love Hozier. He's doing a great job, and he's been doing this for a long time. And yeah, so you want me to start my score?
Yo.
My final score would be a 51.5 out of 60, which translates to an 8.5 out of 10.
And for me, I got a 42.5 out of 60, which was a 7.1, which places Hosier at my second place right now. And
Mine at my first place.
yes,
Yes, because he's the first 10. I think that really.
that did shoot your score up a lot.
And then, yeah, Hoyser, beautiful man, beautiful Irish man. I love you. Love you. I'm going to put that somewhere in the thumbnail. Beautiful Irish man.
Sparkle.
Spark. Okay, who's next? Oh, okay,
Alrighty.
nice.
So you want to give a teaser for the next
I'll
one?
give you a little teaser. Um, Thinking of this artist, it just her songs keep playing over and over in my head. That's my hint.
Vibes. My hint is, I don't know this artist.
Okay, but yeah, I hope you got that. Let me repeat that one more time. Having this, listening to this artist just keeps having her songs repeatedly going over and over in my head. That's my teaser. I'm not sure if anyone would get it, and it's probably very obvious, but you don't know. All right.
Okay, well, that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like, favorite, subscribe, all those fun little thingies, and share it and tell everybody, including your mother
Yes.
and her
And your grandma.
husband, which is your dad.
And your grandfather.
If you don't have either parent, lo siento.
Lo siento. Tell your kids. Tell your dogs. Your
Tell a
cats.
beautiful Irish man.
Yeah, go up to a beautiful Irish man right now and tell them they're beautiful and be like, you should.
And they're Irish.
And they're Irish. And tell them that they should watch. What was it? No, the High Note. I forgot our own fucking channel. The High Note. Tell them to go watch it.
Cool. All right.
Hello.